This is the brand new Marex 390, and these, like all Marex boats, are super adaptable, super practical, just a really great high quality family boat. So I'm going to take you on board, give you the full tour, but there's lots to talk about with this one, lots of moving parts, lots of interesting things, and we're going to go on board and we're going to do the full tour. Now this is of course about 40 foot, just under, as you can see, 390. And the innovation on this starts right at the very back. I really like this area here. They put a table on here now, and that means that this becomes a lovely spot to park yourself, and you can sit, put your drinks on here, look out across the water. Absolutely fantastic. That's a really nice touch. Just a little addition like that makes all the difference in the world. And inside here, we've got loads of storage. I think I'm right in saying 8 fenders you can put in there. You don't need 8 fenders, but nonetheless, that's the kind of capacity you've got there. We've got rope bins as well underneath the side, and then there's another massive locker underneath here. And in fact, storage is a theme with these. You'll see it all the way through. You can see it on this side. Again, you've got that deep locker for fenders, and then again, of course, another rope bin over there. And this little chap here is the deck shower and the control for it underneath there. Now, one of the things that Marex is famous for, and in fact on one of my Marex tours I've actually operated the entire thing, but I'm just going to show you very quickly that the canopy that encircles this entire aft area is like a curtain, and it lives inside here. So that slides out along this track, and it just circles around the back. There's a drawstring that goes around the bottom. The whole thing goes out in about 2 minutes, if that. Probably a minute if you've practiced. I'm going to take you inside first of all. We will have a wander around the deck, of course, but I think this is the interesting bit. So the transom door is here. Of course, this will close off. He says it's clipped back at the moment. So that closes thusly, and that little chap there just allows you to clip it back open again. But that storage, again, it is absolutely everywhere. It's underneath here. These are manual backup bilge pumps. It has electric pumps. Those are the backups. We can see it underneath here as well. It's everywhere, and a table will unfold, so for dining you've got a lot of space there. And the other neat thing you've got is this top. So once you've slid those canopies away, or even if you don't, this one here is just a case of twisting that little chap there, like we did last summer, and that all just slides back like that, and that is now open. Isn't that brilliant? So slide the canopies around, tuck them away, slide that back, and you've got the whole back of the boat completely open. And that is very Marex. And at this size, we've got the deck saloon. So you can see this is closed off here. This is an internal area, but you can join it in by simply sliding that chap there. It's a double piece door, so it goes right back into the corner. And then this window here, at the touch of the proverbial, will disappear. And we'll leave that doing its thing. Come back to that in just a minute. Galley is over on this side, so we've got the electric hob here. The oven is up here under the helm seat. That is that chap, and again just a load of very practical detailing. So nice big deep drawers throughout. This one is the fridge, and that's that chap there as well. And that one is a freezer. So a lot of cold storage. That's what I mean about it being so practical. This folds out, and we've got a little seat here that can swing out. You can have 2 of these if you want to. They are going to be doing a version where this can drop and make into a daybed or extra sleeping if you want. And this one has the telescopic legs. That window, while we've been talking, is now retracted. And so you can see how this now connects all the way through. It's just one great big open area, and yet more storage up here. It's up here. It's everywhere. The sink is underneath this one. It's just a really practical boat. No carpets, you've just got the teak floor. It's nice, practical, sensible kind of thing. Now in terms of opening the boat up, we can do it up here as well, because this one, again, we can twist again, and that then slides back like so, and then we can close it up. And now this area is open. I put the front, we've got the back all open, and suddenly we've turned what was quite a closed boat, which of course is ideal when the weather's not so good, into something absolutely fantastic on a day like today. That's brilliant. You've even got a side door next to the helm, and on a sub 40-foot boat, that is unusual. Very helpful, because apart from giving you a load of air through the boat, it means that when you are running this boat, maybe even on your own, it's dead easy to step straight out. You've got a cleat right next to it there. You've got a break in the rail. You can hop straight out of that side. That works well. More interesting things. If I sit at this helm, it's a very comfortable armchair sort of seat, and I can just about reach the wheel. However, if I push this button here, that whole thing powers out towards me. Look at that. And you can power it back in again in the same way. Can you see that coming out? There, can we see it better? Let's put the camera around here. There we are. You can see it now moving out. So that whole section comes out, and it even brings with it the throttles and the joystick. So now sat here, it's fingertip away. And in fact, even the seat, this sounds ridiculous because they've been fitting this to cars for the last 40 years, but boats very rarely have adjustable seats. And this one, with the help of this little silver button here, will slide backwards and forwards, so you can really get a really good driving position no matter what size you are. As I say, it sounds silly, but you don't get that very often. There's even on this side, where's it gone? It's not that side. There's even on this side, edit later, there's a little lever here, and I can adjust the backrest backward and forward as well. That is excellent. So if you're doing cruising, that makes life very, very comfortable. Engine controls, we've got the joystick there. This one's on stern drives, but you do still have joystick control. Let's put that fella the right way up. And then we've got engine starts, and we've got the trim tab controls I think we've got going on down here, and the multi-function Garmin screens are across here. So engine instrumentation and navigation and so forth. And the VHF radio is there. Very good. Bow thruster on this one as well. That, I think you'll agree, is a nice helm position. And if people want to join you at the helm, well then this seat here, you can see how you've got this really big dinette that loops all the way around the table. What you can do with this fellow is just pull that one back, and the whole thing rocks back and gives you forward-facing seating, and it raises it as well. If I push that forward again, you can see that's now dropped down to the same height as this one. When we bring it up, it's now higher and further back, and of course the backrest moves back to there. And it's just a super simple mechanism. It's the sort of thing that will keep working for a million years. And you've even got a little desk area here, so if you're working from home, or working from boat to be precise, you can lift that in position as well. Put your laptop on there. That's fantastic, isn't it? So that is, I think, a reasonably comprehensive tour of the main deck. Let's head downstairs. 2 cabins down here and a heads. If we head to the bow first of all, owner's cabin is up here. Very nice size, very comfortable, and yet again a massive storage. So we've got hanging locker in here. We've got this little chap with shelving over here. We've got these up here like this, and look how the grain follows through perfectly all the way through there. That's brilliant. Drawers are under the bed. You could spend some serious time on this boat. Keep all your clothes on here, just come down, turn the key and cast off. Light switches up by the bed, reading lights, USB socket as well there, and there's a hatch overhead as well. We've got some beds on here at the minute, but nonetheless, that's what that is. Got the big hull windows, got a nice view out. That little oblong is an opening section, and we've got yet more storage, he says. If I can find my way in, here we are. Over here. It's a sub 40-foot boat, remember? It's remarkable, isn't it? Brilliant. Like the lighting in here, all wrapping around this diffused LED lighting. That's nice. And if we come back, we'll find another cabin back here. And I know I keep going on about storage, but have you ever seen drawers like this? That's remarkable. And there is hanging locker there, lacking a rail at the minute, but that's going to go in. And even in little places like this, the shelving tucked away, there is no alcove left unstorified. There's a new word I've made up. Storage up there, and then this drops now because what we're doing here is we're going back underneath this area here, so it's getting used twice. That bit there is giving us the headroom here, that bit there, the floor, is this, down through here. And what it means is you've got some nice headroom at this end, somewhere you can tuck yourself away. This is a lovely place actually to sit and read a book. If I squeeze myself in here, how nice is that with this big window and this view and the opening section? That is lovely. And then down here, just a massive double bed. That's a very nice guest cabin for a boat of this size. That is excellent, and the storage, as I say, is exemplary. There's a good word. Word of the day, that is. Heads on this side, proper separate shower. It's not a wet room. You've got the door that comes across, and again the funky lighting. Isn't that nice? Yet more storage. I'm not going to open everything, but look how deep it is. And mirror wave. It's impressive, isn't it? What a great family boat this would be. And everything feels so rock solid. There's no creaking to the floor anywhere. All this feels really rock solid everywhere. All this feels rock solid everywhere. It feels absolutely carved, this boat. It's like they've taken a huge chunk and hollowed it out to make this boat. Brilliant. Let's press on a bit further. We'll have a look around the outside and then I'll show you the engine space. So back out to the cockpit. You can have a tender handling kit here. I've seen it on another boat and I think it's just a thing that rolls over, so you can put a tender on the back. And then boarding ladder is underneath this side, and then we've got steps up here. It's a very easy boat to move around. This is where the lanyard goes. When you pull the canopies out, you just pull the drawstring around the bottom, hook it into there, and that secures it, and you're done. If we head up the side decks, this one's got the teak all the way around. I think that's an option. It's very nicely done on this boat. And another thing that this one's got, I noticed earlier, is the solar panels up on the top. Again, pretty sure that's an option. There's that sliding roof, it disappears into there, and that's what gives you that big aperture. Nice big screens, nice big wipers, all very wraparound. This is interesting because this whole sun pad here floats and has closed cell foam, so you can chuck that in the water and the kids can use that for splashing around on and diving off of and generally having a lot of fun with. That's the hatch that is over that forward cabin, so if you open that it just pushes that out of the way, the Velcro just pulls apart and you've got a route out. And then right to the very front here, this one's got a slightly Scandinavian specification because in here there is a ladder that goes out to the front. You probably wouldn't have this if you were in the Med or in the UK, but it's this chap here, and it's just something that the Scandinavians like to use. So that flips right over and then the ladder drops down. But this you would have, this is the anchor handling kit, and you can see it's on a cradle there that hinges out and forward when you use the anchor. So when you deploy it, it hinges out of the front, but it keeps the anchor right up tight against the boat. You're not paying extra for the anchor sticking out the front in the marina. And yes, they will charge you for that. Basically, they'll charge you, the idea is they'll charge you for the length of the cardboard box that the boat would fit in. So that would be chargeable. That's how she looks from here. We'll head on back down this side. You can see again we've got the brakes and the rail. Again we've got the spring cleats about the place. And we've got Marex 390 helpfully written on the side to remind us what we're on board. There's those solar panels. You can see here we've got the horn, we've got the searchlight, we've got the antenna raked back for an extra half knot of speed. Fantastic. So we can walk all the way around this boat, and we can step down again. You've got the stern cleats down here, and if we come all the way around, I will flick this catch here, and I can't remember now which side the ladder is into the engine space, so it's 50-50 chance of getting this right. Da, da, da. Of course it's the other end. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we are. Now, I mentioned this boat is on outdrives. You can have either D4 or D6 engines. The D4s I think are 320 horsepower. D6 are 440 horsepower. This one's got the D4 320s in. If you have the D6, they're 6 cylinders, so the engines come a bit further forward in the engine space, but let's face it, you've got space to do that. You're not going to end up being cramped. You're looking about 32 knots with these engines, roughly. Top speed with the larger engines, probably 36 knots, so cruising 20 to 25 very comfortably, and probably a couple of 100 miles of range is typical for a boat of this size, style and type at fast cruising speeds as ever. You can drop it back and you can get a lot further if you want to, but it is a planing boat, so you'd normally run these at around 20 knots. Generator is down here as well. They are going to be offering, I believe, a shaft drive version, so if you don't want the outdrives, you want shafts, I think that is going to be done, and I guess this space here is what's going to allow that, because I guess the engines therefore will come further forward. This is a massive space here, isn't it? We've got fuel filters down here, we've got battery charging, inverter, all that kind of thing is all tucked away. Fire systems down here as well. It's all very nicely plumbed and all lovely and clean, isn't it? I do like a new boat. And those are those D4 engines, as I mentioned. In fact, D4 is what I've got in my boat, albeit a smaller one. Mine's a D4 260. It's a nice engine, I rate it. Hot water on that side. But yeah, that is all pretty get-attable, isn't it? Good. I think we've done it. That's the trim tab, not the trim tab, the power trim ram hydraulics over there for trimming the leg. And it looks like it's got shore power that coils up over there. That's nifty in this size of boat. That's very nice. Good. Good, good, good. I think we've done it. Let's come back out of here. More storage. You could spend the whole day trying to find something. If I had this boat, I'd have to write down where I put everything. Okay, we're going to close that one down. Shut those over. Shut that over. These little chaps here, hang on, are illumination. You can see, if I put my finger under how it lights it up. So those are just giving you a bit of low-level lighting down through here. And that, I think, is about the size of that. Let's finish up on the bow, shall we? As is traditional, on this beautiful sunny day in the south of France, there are worse places to be. That's for sure. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Fantastic. I am going to say massive thanks to Marex, and also massive thanks to Wessex Marine, who are the UK dealers and who organised between them this tour. And huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching it. I'm going to be very interested to hear your thoughts on this one, and I look forward to catching you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye bye. I can hear a helicopter. There it goes.